Hi, everybody. This is a short informational video I'm recording for you in advance of our lab on February 6th. So as we discussed in class, on February 6th, I'm going to be sponsoring Math Counts, which is a junior high math competition. So I will not be there for lab. So I've built a lab for you to do with your classmates. And the topic of the lab is correcting steel tapes. So when we use a steel tape, there are 4 different corrections that we use based on the characteristics of the tape. And so for our lab, I just want to go through the procedure with you really quickly. Here where it says 4th lab day, February 4th, 2024, it tells you that you're going to be correcting a steel tape. The lab number, some of the material refers to this in a different way as a homework assignment or a different kind of an assignment. But for this year, the material in this section is lab number 5. So what I'd like you to do is to watch this video, corrections for a steel tape, and watch this before you attempt to do the problems. Then here is a handout that describes how you do the corrections. And at the end of the handout are the problems that you will do and that you will turn in. Now, when you turn in these problems, I would like to see these written out on engineering comp paper. There will be engineering comp paper left outside of my office, so you are welcome to come get that and use it if you don't have any of your own. The other thing is, of course, everything will be submitted through Moodle. Most of our labs, of course, have been submitted in our field books, but this one will be submitted as a regular assignment on engineering comp paper through Moodle. All right, so on Tuesday or at some other time when you and your group decide, you will get together with them and you will spend a couple of hours watching the video, looking at the handout, and then submitting that assignment, 1 per group. So I've chosen your groups for you. We have 4 groups. Each group is composed of either 3 or 4 people. Now, hopefully everybody will participate. You're welcome to use the classroom SM120 during our usual lab time if you want, or as a group, you can decide to meet elsewhere or at a different time, but the lab itself has to be submitted no later than Friday, February 9th. And I only want 1 submission per group. I think I already said that like a bunch of times, but if you will do that, that would be great. So please get a hold of your group members. If you don't choose to do it on Tuesday, do the work, create 1 lab amongst all of you in your group, and then submit it. Now, the other thing is I am available this coming week to answer any questions that you have about doing the lab or about the process in general. Or for example, if you have a lab mate who proves difficult to contact, or if somebody doesn't show up. But you can text me rather at 307-272-1833, or you can email me. During the Math Counts competition, which is from about 12 until 3:30 on Tuesday, I will not be available to answer my phone or to answer questions, but if you send me something, I'll answer you as soon as I am free. Okay, now the other piece is when you turn this in, if one of your classmates, if one of your group members did not participate, do not give them credit for participating. You could say, for example, group A, this person, comma, this person, and then maybe the other person, you might say, this person did not attend, okay? But only the people who work on this get credit. All right, so I've chosen a group so that we have drafters and engineers together so that you'll have an opportunity to work together and learn how to work with people from the different discipline, which is a very good thing for everybody involved. So anyway, please keep me involved. If you have questions or problems, let me know. And otherwise, I will look forward to receiving your lab for you from you, pardon me, no later than Friday, February 9th. Now, just to finish off a couple of other thoughts, we also are working on the second homework assignment, right? We kind of separate out the lecture and the lab, but the second homework assignment is right here. I've changed this to where I say do all problems 2.1 through 2.xx. The reason for that is you may have a different number of problems based on whether you are working in one edition of the textbook or a. Pardon me, I had to pause the recording for a moment, but I want to go back to, I was talking about the homework. So in engineering serving, like I said, I changed it from 2.1 to 2 point some finite number to just 2.xx. The reason is because there are different versions of the textbook that you can use, and that the different versions have a different number of problems. So the final number is a different one depending on which version of the textbook that you use. So to avoid confusion, what I mean is do all of the problems at the end of the chapter. And so I altered it to say that. So anyway, so you have the 5th lab and also the second homework that are both due next Friday. So you'll be submitting homework number 2 right here. And then you will also be submitting lab number 5 right here. So at any rate, there may be other times during the semester when we do labs independently from me being in class. And when that happens, I will always set it up like this so that you know who you're going to be working with, what work you're going to be doing, and how to submit that work. So when that happens, I will let you know in advance. And I may not send another video because it will be very similar to this, but I'll always make sure that I send an email or something to alert you to the fact that that's what's going to happen that week. All right, everybody. So have a wonderful weekend. I will be available, like I said, next week. I'll be on campus. So if you need me, send me a text, send me an email, set up a Calendly appointment with me, whatever works best for you. There's engineering comp paper, and there's also copies of the textbooks right outside of my office. So please help yourself and borrow those things if they're handy to you. And otherwise, we'll talk soon. Have a great weekend.